The story begins on a cold November night, the kind that makes even a quiet town feel like it's hiding secrets in every street. Ethan sat alone in the dim light of his living room, the glow of a single lamp spreading across the wooden floor like a spotlight on a man who'd just lost the only script he'd been memorizing for years. He rubbed his hands together, eyes locked on the small envelope lying on the coffee table. Inside it was the truth he had spent weeks chasing, the DNA results meant to tell him something simple, something obvious, something he already believed he knew. But his hands were shaking. He didn't open it. Instead, he kept staring at the tiny, innocent face of his 5-year-old daughter sleeping on the couch beside him. Ava, a girl who looked at him with so much trust that it made his heart swell and ache at the same time. Soft brown curls, the same dimples he had as a child, and those silver-gray eyes that everyone assumed she got from him. But now he wasn't sure. Not anymore. He closed his eyes and leaned back on the couch, feeling the weight of the world press into his chest. How did he end up here? How did the man who built his life around loyalty and family end up questioning his own bloodline? It all started a month ago, with a joke. A stupid joke at a family gathering that spiraled into something so dark he couldn't crawl out even if he tried. He could still hear the laughter echoing in his head, the kind of laughter people force when pretending something is funny but secretly wish the topic hadn't come up at all. He remembered the moment perfectly. A backyard barbecue. Kids running around, adults passing plates and gossip like always. His wife Mia laughing louder than usual, her cheeks flushed from wine. His great-uncle Raymond, sitting across the table, older, sharp eyes, the kind of man who carried stories no one dared ask about. Someone joked, "Ava looks a little like Raymond, doesn't she?" A few people chuckled. Mia laughed too. Raymond didn't. He just raised an eyebrow, smiled in that mysterious, unsettling way he often did, and said, "I guess the family resemblance runs deep." That was it. That one sentence. That one smile. That one moment. It burrowed into Ethan's mind like a thorn. He brushed it off at first. But then the comments kept coming. Only small ones, whispered ones, but they added up. She has his chin. She has his eyes. She acts older than her age, just like Raymond did. Raymond was known for being charming, unpredictable, bold. A man who lived 3 lifetimes in one. Women loved him, men respected him, and children admired him. Ethan admired him his whole childhood. He was the uncle who brought gifts from travels, who sat by the fireplace telling unbelievable stories, the family hero, the cool, dangerous legend. But there was always something about him, something no one said aloud, something cold behind his warmest smile. And now that smile haunted Ethan. That night, after the barbecue, he found himself staring at Ava while she slept, wondering why the thought bothered him so much. She was his daughter. His. He was there through everything, the pregnancy, the birth, the sleepless nights, the scraped knees. He kissed her forehead every night and whispered, "Daddy loves you." But the doubt grew legs, crawled into his dreams, ate at him, until he finally took a DNA test behind Mia's back. He didn't tell her why. He didn't tell her what he feared. He didn't tell her who the other potential match might be. He felt sick even thinking about it. Now, the results were in front of him. But he wasn't ready. His breath caught when Mia walked into the room, her hair tied in a messy bun, her eyes half asleep. "You're still up?" she asked softly. He quickly moved the envelope, sliding it under one of Ava's blankets like it was a crime. "Yeah," he whispered, forcing a smile. "Just thinking." Mia looked at him for a moment, like she sensed something was off. But she didn't push. She walked over and gently carried Ava to her room. Ethan watched them. The way Mia brushed a curl from Ava's face, the gentle kiss she placed on her forehead. Something cracked inside him. Was he about to destroy everything because of a fear? Or was he already living inside a lie? Later that night, when Mia fell asleep, Ethan stepped outside onto the porch, gripping the rails as the cold air hit his face. His phone buzzed. A message from his cousin. Asterisk, asterisk. "Heard you've been asking questions about Raymond. Everything okay? Asterisk, asterisk." Ethan's heart dropped. Who told him? How did the rumor start? He didn't answer. He stared into the dark yard, the shadows stretching long and crooked, as if the past was reaching out for him. The next morning, he woke up to Mia cooking breakfast. and Ava humming a song from her favorite cartoon. Everything looked normal. Everything felt wrong. Every time Ava looked at him, the doubt punched him in the chest. Mia noticed. "What's going on with you?" she asked quietly, handing him a cup of coffee. "Nothing," he said too quickly. She frowned. "Ethan, I'm not stupid. Something's wrong." He looked away. He wanted to confess. He wanted to scream. He wanted to cry. But he couldn't. Not until he knew the truth. "Work stress," he lied. She stared at him, disappointment flickering across her face. "If you say so." That hurt him more than he expected. He went to work, but his mind wasn't there. He kept replaying Raymond's smile, the way his eyes locked with Mia's at the barbecue. Was there something between them? A glance? A history? He never suspected anything before. But now, every memory felt suspicious. By lunchtime, he couldn't take it anymore. He went home early. Mia was in the kitchen. She looked surprised and a little nervous seeing him back so soon. Ethan grabbed the envelope from the drawer. Mia froze. "What's that?" He swallowed hard. "A DNA test." Her eyes widened with horror. Not guilt horror. You tested Ava," she whispered, her voice breaking. He didn't answer. She stepped back, tears forming instantly. "You think she's not yours?" He finally spoke, voice trembling. "Does she look like me, Mia? Because everyone seems to think she looks like Raymond." Her face went pale. "Raymond?" she whispered, shaking. "Are you insane?" The moment his great-uncle's name left his mouth, the tension in the room exploded into something sharp and dangerous. "Why him?" she cried. "Of all people? Why him?" He couldn't speak. He didn't want to accuse. He just wanted to understand. Mia grabbed the envelope, tore it open before he could stop her, and pulled out the papers with shaking hands. Her eyes darted across the lines. Her jaw dropped. She covered her mouth. And then she looked at him, devastation written across her face. "Ethan," she whispered. "Oh, God. Ethan." His knees nearly buckled. "What does it say?" he croaked. She breathed shakily and handed him the paper. His eyes scanned the results, and his heart sank into darkness. It said, asterisk, asterisk, probability of paternity, 0% asterisk, asterisk, close relative match detected. Paternal side. His breath stopped. He felt the entire world collapse in one silent moment. Ava wasn't his, but she was related to him. And only one paternal relative made sense. Raymond. The room spun. Mia grabbed his arm, sobbing. "Ethan, listen, it's not what you think." He pulled away. "Did you sleep with him?" he whispered, voice hollow. "No," she cried. "I swear to you, no." "Then how?" he roared, throwing the paper on the floor. She backed into the counter, shaking uncontrollably. "You have to let me explain, please, Ethan, please." He stepped forward, gripping the counter beside her, trapping his own sanity between rage and heartbreak. "Tell me," he whispered, broken, "because right now, I think the man I admired my whole life betrayed me in the worst way." Mia closed her eyes and said the one sentence that chilled him to his core. "Ethan, I don't think Raymond is the father." He stared at her, confused, lost, terrified. "Then who?" he asked. Mia hesitated, tears streaming down her face, and finally whispered, "Someone else in your family." Ethan staggered back, his heart hammered like a war drum. "Who, Mia?" His voice cracked. "Who?" She looked at him, guilt in her eyes, pain in her voice. But before she could answer, there was a knock at the door. A slow, echoing knock. The same one Ethan had heard his whole childhood whenever Raymond visited. Ethan froze. Mia froze. Ava peeked out of her room. The doorknob turned, and Raymond stepped inside. With a smile, Raymond stepped into the house like he owned the place, his coat still dusted with cold air, his boots thudding softly on the wooden floor. His presence filled the room, instantly tall, confident, eyes sharp enough to cut through silence. Ethan felt a chill crawl up his spine. Raymond's smile wasn't warm. It was knowing, almost expectant, like he walked in at exactly the moment he intended. "Afternoon," Raymond said casually, glancing around the room as if nothing was wrong. His eyes landed on Ava first, and his expression softened slightly. There's my little star. Ava smiled shyly and waved, unaware of the storm tearing the adults apart. Ethan stepped forward, blocking her view, his voice low and tense. What are you doing here? Raymond raised an eyebrow. That's how you greet me now? His eyes flicked to Mia, then back to Ethan. I came to talk. Ethan's heart hammered violently. Did he already know about the test? Who told him? Why did he come right now? Mia swallowed hard. Raymond, this isn't a good time. It's the perfect time, Raymond said calmly, removing his gloves one finger at a time. We need to settle something. Ethan's chest tightened. Every instinct told him this man, the uncle he once admired, had something to confess. Something dark. Something that could shatter everything. Ava stepped closer. Great Uncle Ray, did you bring the storybook you promised? Raymond smiled. Of course I did. Then he reached into his coat as if to show it. But Ethan didn't let him. He grabbed Ava gently by the shoulders and guided her toward her room. Sweetheart, go inside and play for a bit, okay? Daddy needs to talk to the adults. Ava nodded, confused but obedient. Okay. Once her door closed, the tension snapped like a pulled thread. Raymond stood with hands casually in his pockets. So, he said, you got the results? Ethan's blood turned to ice. Mia gasped. Raymond, how do you know about the DNA test? He shrugged. Small towns talk. Nothing stays quiet for long. Ethan stepped forward slowly, muscles tight, eyes locked onto Raymond like a predator cornered. Then you know what it says. Raymond's smile didn't fade. I know what it implies. Ethan clenched his jaw. Rage surged through him. Did you sleep with my wife? Mia covered her face with her hands. Ethan, but Raymond didn't look offended. Not shocked, not defensive. He looked almost amused. What if I said no? Raymond asked softly. Ethan's fists tightened. Then how do you explain this? Ava isn't mine, but she is related to me. You're the closest male on my father's side. Raymond's smile faded. For the first time, something serious flickered across his expression, a shadow of old memories, buried guilt, or something else entirely. I'm not the father, Raymond said firmly. Ethan felt the words hit him like a brick. Was he lying? Was he telling the truth? Then who? Ethan demanded. Who in my family is connected to her? Who did this? Raymond glanced at Mia, her tear-soaked cheeks, her trembling hands. You didn't tell him? Raymond asked her quietly. Mia shook her head. I tried, but you came in. Ethan's voice broke. Tell me what? Who is the father? Raymond exhaled slowly, rubbing the bridge of his nose. It's not me, he repeated. But it is someone from your father's side. Someone closer than you realize. Ethan stepped closer, eyes burning. Who is it? Raymond met his gaze and said the one name Ethan never expected. Your brother. Ethan froze. The world fell silent. A ringing filled his ears. My brother? He whispered. Mia burst into tears instantly. Ethan, I swear I didn't know. Ethan's voice came out hollow. My brother is dead. Raymond nodded. Yes. And Ava was conceived not long before the accident. Mia sank to the floor, her legs giving out beneath her. This can't be real, she cried. This can't be happening. Ethan backed away, stumbling into the wall as the truth hit him like a freight train. His brother, his only sibling, the one he lost tragically years ago, the one he mourned daily, the one he idolized as a child. His brother was Ava's biological father. Ethan's heart cracked open. How? He whispered. Mia, how is this possible? Did you? Mia shook violently. No, Ethan, listen, please. Raymond stepped forward. Let her speak. Ethan glared at him. You stay out of this. But Mia grabbed Ethan's hand desperately. Ethan, listen to me, she cried. It was an accident. He jerked his hand away. What does that even mean? Mia wiped her tears, her voice trembling. Remember your birthday party 6 years ago? The night you drank too much? The night everyone else did too? You went home early because you weren't feeling well. Yes, Ethan whispered. He remembered bits of it, mostly blurry pieces, nothing clear. Mia continued. Your brother stayed. I stayed too because I was helping clean up. I was exhausted. I had 3 glasses of wine. he had even more. Ethan stiffened. His heart started to break again, this time from a different kind of fear. "Mia," he whispered, "what are you saying?" She looked him straight in the eyes, voice breaking apart. "I thought he was you." Ethan's breath caught. "What?" Mia cried harder. "We were both drunk. The lights were dim. I was half asleep. He was wearing your jacket. He came up behind me and I didn't realize." She covered her face. "I thought it was you, Ethan. I swear to God. I didn't cheat. I didn't know." Ethan staggered backward. His chest tightened painfully. He remembered that jacket, the one he left behind at the party. His brother must have picked it up. He remembered Mia texting him that she'd stay with the others. He remembered waking up the next morning confused about why she wasn't home. Everything lined up. Everything made sense. And it destroyed him. Raymond spoke quietly. "Your brother never knew. He found out Mia was pregnant, but he thought it was yours. He told me once that he wished he had someone like her but would never betray you." Mia sobbed. "He never said anything to me. I never suspected. I swear I thought Ava was yours." Ethan sank onto the couch, head in his hands. His heart felt like it was tearing apart. Ava wasn't his. But neither Mia nor his brother had knowingly betrayed him. It was a mistake. A tragic, impossible mistake. Raymond walked over slowly and placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Son, you deserve to know the truth. But you also need to understand Ava loves you. She only knows you." Ethan didn't move. He barely breathed. His voice was a broken whisper. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Raymond sighed. "Because it wasn't my story to tell. And because I was trying to protect your brother's memory. He wasn't a bad man. He loved you." Ethan's throat tightened painfully. He felt like his insides were collapsing. He didn't know whether to scream or cry or run. The house felt too small. The air felt too thin. His thoughts spiraled out of control. Then Ava's door creaked open. "Daddy?" she asked softly. Ethan froze. Her little voice shattered everything inside him. Ava walked toward him, dragging her stuffed bunny behind her. Her big gray eyes looked worried. "Why is Mommy crying?" she whispered. "Did I do something wrong?" Ethan didn't even realize his tears were falling until they hit his hands. He reached for her, an instinct deeper than blood, deeper than biology, deeper than anything a test could define. He pulled her into his arms, holding her so tightly she squeaked. "No, baby," he whispered, voice shaking. "You didn't do anything wrong. Not ever. You're perfect." Ava hugged him back, tiny fingers gripping his shirt. "Are you sad?" Ethan kissed her forehead. "A little, but I'm here," she said. "I'll make it better." Those words destroyed him. She had no idea the storm raging around her. No idea about DNA or tests or mistakes. She only knew one thing. He was her dad. And that was all she wanted. Ethan closed his eyes and held her closer, drowning in guilt, love, rage, heartbreak, all of it at once. Raymond cleared his throat softly. "Ethan, whatever you decide, remember blood doesn't make a man a father. Love does." Ethan didn't respond. He just held Ava until his heartbeat steadied again. Later that night, after Ava fell asleep in his arms, he laid her gently in her bed. He stood there for a long time, watching her breathe, thinking of all the moments they shared, her first steps, her first words, her first day of school. Every one of those memories was real. No DNA test could erase them. He walked into the living room where Mia sat on the couch, trembling. When she saw him, she stood up quickly. "Ethan, please say something." He looked at her, really looked at her. She was broken, scared, guilty, but he could see the truth in her eyes. She hadn't betrayed him. She hadn't chosen this. Neither had he. Neither had Ava. He exhaled shakily. "I don't forgive easily. You know that." Mia nodded, tears falling again. "But I believe you," he whispered. "I believe it was a mistake." She covered her mouth, sobbing. He continued, "I need time. I need space. But I'm not walking away. Not from you. Not from Ava. She's my daughter, no matter what." Mia collapsed against him, hugging him tightly. "Thank you. Thank you." Raymond stood near the door, watching, silent. "Ethan," he said softly, "your brother would be proud of you." Ethan met his eyes. For the first time that day, Raymond's smile wasn't mysterious or smug or unsettling. It was sad and deeply sincere. "I hope so," Ethan whispered. Raymond nodded, put on his coat, and walked to the door. Before leaving, he turned back. "One last thing," he said. "Family isn't perfect, but it's all we have. Don't let this destroy you. Let it make you stronger." Ethan nodded slowly. Raymond stepped outside and closed the door behind him. Silence fell across the house. Mia held Ethan's hand. "We'll get through this. Together." Ethan looked toward Ava's room and whispered, "Yes, we will." And for the first time, in weeks, maybe months, he believed it. Because despite everything, Ava still called him Daddy. And that was all that mattered.